Close Sports Pulse USA Today Sports Sam Amick and NeuharthKeusch break down the NBA's Western Conference. USA Today Sports. No matter what side of the kneel or no kneel debate you stand on, and regardless of whether NBA players protest racial injustice during the anthem on Tuesday night, there is no denying the yeoman's work they've been doing in communities all over the country these past 15 months. If there is one thing we can all agree on, one area of activism that helps with the healing and doesn't spark divisive debate, it's celebrating the work of dozens of NBA stars who have volunteered their time and money toward helping today's youth. Guys like Kemba Walker, Rajon Rondo, DeMarcus Cousins, Harrison Barnes, Steph Curry, Mike Conley, Isaiah Thomas, Rondae Hollis Jefferson, and many others are among the 400-plus players trying hard to inspire change. As I chronicled in a comprehensive story Tuesday morning, the NBA has activated more than 175 community events since July of 2016. The aforementioned stars were the ones featured in conversations with League and National Basketball Players Association officials who work so closely with the players, and as we enter a season in which this conversation about equality and justice will surely continue, their efforts are worth highlighting. Los Angeles, California, July 25. Members of the USA basketball national team during the Leadership Together, a conversation with our sons' daughters at Challengers Boys and Girls Club on July 25, 2016 in Los Angeles, California. Photo 1 Ocampo and Baghetti image. It is true that the country is divided on a lot of things. New Orleans Mayor resident NBA fan Mitch Landrieu, who gained national prominence with his speech in May about why Confederate statues needed to be removed, told USA Today Sports, but it's not true that most of us can't find common ground if we try. It's something that Americans should pride themselves on, and the most important thing is to recognize that you as an individual, or as an entity, have a role to play in bringing the people together. It's also worth recognizing that you can play a role in dividing people, and then you've got to choose which one you want to do. Commissioner Adam Silver and the NBA have chosen to try to use their power, their prestige, their money, their celebrity, to try to help heal a wounded nation. Below are a few heartwarming stories from this admirable path, as told by a few of the players who have aided the cause. Grizzlies PG Mike Conley takes part in a community event. Photo NBA Memphis Grizzlies point guard Mike Conley, to USA Today Sports, and why players feel a need to be more active in the community. I think over the last year and a half or so, the awareness was raised to a point to where everybody was starting to realize that the climate that we live in, particularly of the United States, and the reality of all the issues that we have. After that awareness has taken place, it's to a point where, how much more awareness can you bring to a cause that is getting talked about every day? It becomes more now about doing something, and staying active in the communities, and how can we actually make a difference as opposed to showing our protest publicly or whatever we may want to do. How can we start to make changes for our kids, and for the future? That's where it lies. For everything is for the kids, and what kind of world they're going to have when they grow up, and what kind of people they'll be dictates how far we'll be able to make this thing go. On his favorite recent memory, last season we did some work with Habitat for Humanity near the FedEx Forum, and we got to build houses for some families who otherwise didn't have one. You're sitting there nailing in all the nails, and cutting wood, and doing everything. And then the family walks up, and just to see their face and their eyes light up, and knowing that you were a part of making this happen for them. People are crying, people are giving you hugs. That kind of thing doesn't happen every day. Once you feel that one time, it makes you really want to feel that again, and the only way to do that is to make somebody else's life better, and change it that way. I think having opportunities like that are really cool. On which key moments sparked him to be more involved. When my son was born in August 2016, like that day, something changed. I realized, really realized, that my son is the future, is our future, and kids are our future. Everything hit me like a weight, like, this is what it's all about. It's all about laying a platform that they can look up to, and become better people, and lead this world to a better place. And from there, it all started to make sense. From then, I was just, okay, everything is based around the community and the kids. Even with all the things that were going on with police brutalities, and all the things around the country, and the shootings, which were all terrible, I felt like a lot of it is being able to catch these people when they're younger. Catch them at the right ages, and give them guidance. That was my way of trying to help change it from my standpoint. NBA previews Dallas Mavericks forward Harrison Barnes, to USA Today Sports, and why he has been so involved since being in Dallas. My first 4 years in the league with Golden State, I tried to be involved in the community in Oakland and very plugged in as far as giving back. I knew the community well. So when I got here to Dallas after signing a four-year, $94 million deal with the Mavericks in July 2016, the police shooting happened and I went to the funeral and I saw that Texans are very family, community-oriented and based. And that's what I'm all about too. So I ended up doing a dinner at a friend's house, and I brought together a pretty good group of people: former Mayor Ron Kirk, current Mayor Mike Rawlings, former Police Chief David Brown, former Cowboys star Emmett Smith, former Mavericks star Michael Finley, Tosh Clayton, a Dallas attorney who was described by Dallas Magazine as a leader in diversity issues, David Huntley, a Dallas-based senior executive vice president, and a couple other people as well. We pretty much sat down and had a conversation about, look, we know there's a lot of stuff going on. We're very divided, and we know there's a lot of kids who need help. What's the best way we can help people? How can we help the Dallas community continue to get better? So we had that conversation, and that got the ball rolling on some things, and from that we were able to do a free camp this year at X-Line Recreation Center with the police department and kids, and have everyone come together. Mavs forward Harrison Barnes with former Dallas Police Chief David Brown and the Dallas Police Athletic League will host the Harrison Barnes basketball camp to teach Dallas children basketball and life skills, followed by dinner. Photo NBAON. Why he sees work with kids as the best answer. Half the battle with some of these kids is showing them that you care, that somebody out there is thinking of them. Like, hey, we're doing this reading club because someone thought of you. Or, hey, we're leaving tickets for these games for kids who do well in school because we want you to have this experience. Letting someone know that you're thinking about them and that you care can change someone's life. As an African American, you look at our history, and it's been a struggle. There have been a lot of people who have fought a lifetime, generations, to get to this point. That struggle, that process will continue. My feeling, and my belief, is that, look, there are people who didn't know me, but who cared enough about a cause bigger than themselves, the betterment of their community, the betterment of others, the freedom of others, to pour into giving back. And if I can do the same thing, then maybe I don't change the world, but I can motivate the person who might change the world. On the NBA reminding players of the anthem rule during the preseason, I was surprised, honestly, when I saw it, just because Adam and National Basketball Players Association Executive Director Michelle Roberts had released a couple of joint emails to players saying, look, we're encouraging conversation. We're encouraging whatever you guys want to talk about, whenever the NFL stuff was going on. So I didn't think that the NBA would follow up with, oh, everybody has to stand for the anthem. I thought that was a little counterproductive, but I don't think it's going to sway guys whether or not they were going to kneel. For those who were going to kneel, I think they were going to do it anyway, regardless of whether there's a rule or not. The whole point of activism is that it's not comfortable. It's not scheduled. It's not like people went around and did a poll or a survey to say, hey, is this okay if I do X, Y, and Z? Okay, cool, I'm going to do it. Golden State Warriors guard Stephen Curry, 30, greets a fan before the start of the game against the Denver Nuggets at Oracle Arena. Photo Carrie Edmondson, USA Today Sports. Golden State Warriors star Steph Curry, to USA Today Sports, on why he believes in the impact in the community truly matters. Anytime you have an opportunity to involve or reach out to the community, no matter what the platform is or what the cause is, you're doing something positive. On Sunday, for me, being able to help refurbish this court, the indoor court, outdoor court, and do something for the community in Oakland, where a lot needs to be done, it feels good to have kind of impact and to help create change in the ways that we can. On the current political climate and how it has changed his focus, it has reshaped my mentality going forward of what I want to focus on, and that is strictly education opportunities for the youth, especially in Oakland and back in my hometown of Charlotte, and then hopefully spread that across the country. That's really the only way to kind of reshape the narrative around what's going on in our society right now. So that's helped me reshape what I want to focus on in light of all that's going on. The initiative was always there, but we could get more effective. Follow USA Today Sports Sam Amick on Twitter at Sam Amick.